Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around someone? 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like that. It burns, so give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorries won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Ooh, who needs a job to pay the rent? He's busy. Gotta feel free sometimes, right? What doesn't make you will only make you stronger if you believe what they say. Might be that another day she would have wished to stay, but they're done. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
DeFi guys in the house. Strega's on board. Grizz is here. Glad to see you guys.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like that. It hurts, so giving something worse to pass the time. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah.
Overall, they're looking pretty healthy. Some of them are moving, some of them are just hanging in there, I guess. Rep has done exceptionally well, and we will take a look at that one. Do have a little bit to say about that one. I am blessed, Grizz. I am blessed.
I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah.
It is time. Prepare to be amazed.
Woo! Wasn't nearly as fun as I thought it was going to be. Stop complaining, Harold. They'll kick us out. Can't hear us over here. You don't know that.
Welcome to Late Night Charts with the Road Dog. How's everybody doing tonight? Grizz Strega? DeFi guys in the house? I've got too many dancing figures on here. This distracted me. Somehow they slipped by me in the setup. All right, so let's knock a few of these little guys off here. We'll keep the astronaut on for good luck. All right, let's get right into Bitcoin. Here I am on the 15-minute chart, wondering what Bitcoin is going to do when we've lost this level here, and now it appears that we're doing a bearish retest, and that's how I have to interpret this. That's what would normally happen, although we can hope and we can wish for a bull trap and get back in this zone and then zoom up to these higher prices. That could happen too. Don't mean to be wishy-washy, but Bitcoin be crazy, y'all. If y'all hadn't figured that out by now, Bitcoin's a little crazy. It does some things a little awkward sometimes, but in any normal situation, this would be a bearish retest and probably should come down to this sweet little buy zone, and there may be several more little buy zones. I've got a whole little list of buy zones. But more than likely, we will follow this trend if we do come back down. I would say we may be able to touch the bottom 29s if the scenario plays out. But this is just a 15-minute. We can zoom out to a bigger time frame. Things are just a little bit tired. This goes mostly back to the 3-day here, where we had this. Scoot you over here, man. Where'd you go? Get him. Bring him over. Roll him. That's got to be annoying. It's got to be. It's annoying to me. Take a look on our 3-day indicators here. MACD's getting ready to turn over. It's just tired. Things are just tired, man. They're just a little sleepy. They've had to have a big fight just to get where they got, right? Bearish divergence here on our wavetable. Stochastics coming down. Money flow, that's the big one, coming to the downside. So nothing terrible. I think it's just your normal correction that you should have after a good run. When you start zooming out a little bit, it's just more like a flag. 200 moving average on this day, going on the downtrend, because it has been for so long. But our other moving averages, the 21's already crossed it. 21's just now crossed it. That's actually bullish. So since we're under the 21, the rule of thumb is, hey, we got to go to the next one in line, and that's the 21 coming in at my little green box right here. 28,005. I'm going to guesstimate about 28.8. Personally, I think 28,888 is the magic number. But that's just me being superstitious. But 28.8 is a very key level for Bitcoin. And that will fall to the top of my box right here. Somewhere. Right through there. It's a zone. That is actually where I do see us just slowly, painfully coming down, trying to fight it every step of the way, like a kid that does not want to go to bed at nighttime. That's a joy. And we come to the daily, and we're just inching closer toward this big cloud, which signifies kind of down a little bit. And my personal view on this and my personal analysis tells me, we can come down here to 28.8 and we're fine. We're still in this parabolic move to the upside. So we still got wiggle room even there, is what I'm trying to say. Let's redefine this line just a little bit so we can see it just a little bit better here. Getting my touches in from down there, establishing this trend line. Here's my zone about 28.8. I mean, we can still come down to 27.7, 27, just depending on where we hit this trend line and still be fine. Retesting this 200 moving average, in fact. So this one should pull up a little bit. These should come down, probably meet in between. And if we're looking into the future, what to expect or what scenario will most likely play out, this is the one that I'm kind of leaning to just by the signs here, with the bearish divergence here on the bigger time frames, and we are struggling to keep the levels that we are in currently. But the moving averages also suggest that on every time frame I'm looking at, pointing toward this little green box. So maybe there's to be a short head. Tis not been easy. Because Bitcoin's got a lot of fight in it. So we've been in this range, and we can also look at this in a different way, but since we're under the 200 moving average already here on the 4 hour, some people are hoping for this to be a spring or like some kind of Wyckoff thing. But our moving averages, can we zoom in on this? Maybe we can get rid of the cloud. When it came up, they just all started entwining, just braiding around each other, right? And they all did. And then when Mama come home, well, they start running right to her. And where they've been partying over here without permission and everything, it looks like she's going to punish them and send them back down here. Sometimes the very opposite happens, and when that does happen, it's usually a very strong move. So I'm kind of wondering, once we figure this out here, if this move's going to pick up speed and start coming down a little bit faster or what. But the signs are pointing that a slow burn to the downside, and we're forming this kind of, that was my target there. And I suppose I have to redraw that just a little bit now since we got that new candle. So we basically got this little guy to kind of zigzag into. Just what I'm seeing there. So a slow sideways burn, hopefully. And then we got to see what these moving averages are going to do. maybe we'll kind of broaden up a range and they'll twist around, and then they'll decide that, hey, they'll straighten up and fly right, because this one's coming in. Mama coming in at a nice angle. Mama don't look tired. The other ones look tired. Mama looks like she's ready to go, so she may decide to drag them with her. That's her hopeful situation. And I think we'll get ready to see that very shortly here on the 15-minute, because I'm looking at this trend line right here where we cross above these two moving averages. But the telltale sign is where the 100 has crossed over that 200. The white's crossed over the yellow, so now everything is flipped officially to the downside. But the smaller ones are just gung-ho to come up here and try to get above it. It'll take a lot to finagle this move. So it's not impossible to happen. If it does, it's very bullish. Very bullish. if we can flip them on the 15th. So we will see shortly. You're not drawing for me again. Why for you no draw? It's only during the streams. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. We were where on the 15? They're making ya, Bubba. You on a different chart. So my scribbler, she works now. Let's change her to a color we can see. Hard to miss that. So breaking above this trend line and just getting above this area right here. If we can break above basically just 30,000, maintain that, then we can definitely see some stronger upside. But signs are pointing that we're losing steam here, and then we'll just drop back down just a little bit. Follow this kind of orange trend line down just a little bit. Just the most likely scenario. The hopeful thing that I can give you is that this Ichimoku cloud looks very interesting. It's all nice and thick here. Now, if I start seeing a little bit of green over here, I may start second guess this for a bigger rise up. So just watching things closely, but most of the signs are saying probably rejection. Probably rejection. I'm trying to let you down easy here. Don't take it personal. It's just the market. It's just what it does. It's not you, it's just it. Getting a little rejection along that trend line probably makes sense on a smaller time frame. Every line has a purpose. So maybe every purpose has a line. Don't cross it. So that's my interpretation for Bitcoin. Let's come over to the chat and see what y'all guys are doing. Loki Toshi, you're in the house, man. Floki asked for safe move. Or Floki, I'm sorry. Floki, safe move. I had a feeling. Let's take a look at it. It actually surprised me. I looked at it the other day and it actually dropped lower than my little buy box there. So anybody following me would have been sorely upset because it went lower. Actually, I got so many lines on here. Can we even make sense of this? The biggest thing are these orange lines. I still go by that we are in this range, and I got them identified by these green lines. Now we've found bottom here, so let's get rid of some of this mess here. Some of these unneeded unnecessities. This box, which was, I'm sure, a good accumulation area, just not the best one. This is an art. This is not a science, and it's not even an art. It's just a approximation and guesstimation techniques that sometimes play out well, but then sometimes don't. All right, I'm about to delete that whole thing. I just wanted to move it. I just wanted to move it. So we finally got a bottom here. Hopefully. Possibly. Still has some things to confirm here, but from what I see, it looks good. Okay, so finally. Whoo! You guys had me worried there for a little while. All right, so let's actually do. Let's just clear this little baby out. Because now this one might be getting ready to do something. Goodness gracious, that's a huge wick. That is the wrong tool. I'm flundering around with Dex tools because I'm just not that familiar with it. I'm afraid if I go up here and do the, okay, I still got my tools. Okay, I can see this much better. All right. Oh, you're killing me. They're killing me. It looks just like TradingView, but it acts a little different sometimes. Okay. So we got some stuff to work with. Got to break out. I can't. Let's see, my volume's down here. A little bit low volume, so I'm looking at that. But do have a breakout, but it's basically coming back up to this area. That's your best target. There's the ones, the moving averages are definitely great ones, especially on this 4-hour time frame. So we kind of zoom in on FSM. So nice little rounding out here. So there may be an accumulation process. That's the best way to draw this out. There may be a range to work with. This is going to be the first key level to get over is what, 0. I think that means 10 zeros and then 75.59. And it's pretty easy to identify some of these support or resistance slips. Definitely right here at the 200 moving average. Great little area to perhaps take profit. And again, there may be a range that we're trading in here. And then if we get lucky, we can come up to these areas. But let's just see what a measured move would give us. And let's just go down to that wick there. And that has some conflicts with this area, so let's mark it as a very realistic target there. And then I'm sure that we will come back to this chart as we see how this plays out thus far. And is it this tool? I think this one will give us percentages. There may be a pullback to this 21 moving average. It's a good chance. And with this pattern alone, there's always a good chance to get rejected at this 77.66 area. Come back and do a retest. Very common, that 50 moving average there if you're on the 4-hour. A retest to come back to somewhere through here, and then start moving on up. Then we'll start kind of filling out what the range is like. But up to this target here at the 200 moving average, that's at where is that? 1208. That's 175% move on that one. Just coming up to the area that we'd probably get rejected first and come back and do a retest. That's a 77% return. We're not using this bottom part. Oh man, did you just mess that up? But that's pretty good returns on that. We don't need that anymore anyway. So that's what I got for targets on it for short term, but it looks like it did have a good chance to have a bottom here. But it will probably retest it. So that's why I'm saying there's probably a rejection here. And with this long falling wedge here being that kind of steep, wouldn't doubt a retest back to those areas, 28.71. Maybe at some point, but not in, I don't know. Good a day or two, see if it looks like it's headed that way. See if it gets rejected there. That's what I say for Floka. Safe mood. I had the biggest pizza. It was so good. Nom, 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 nom. Man, I'm craving tacos and pizza. Striker says he's hoping Pawn plays out. Let's take a look at Pawn. I've got a few things to go over, but I want to see what you guys want to see. That's really how the knowledge gets spread about it, I've always found. Let's go with this one, this little guy. Oh, well, I'm here on the 15-minute chart, though. 15-minute are good. What does the rest of you look like, Pawn?
hopeful? I say it looks hopeful. It was just the most hopeful looking thing I ever seen. Made me want to pinch his little cheeks. And you gotta, hopefully you can pull this. You gotta pull off a Houdini here. You got a shape down here that says you might be able to do it, Pawn. What are you doing, Pawn? Are you bushy bearish? What are you telling me? Gosh darn it, we gotta zoom out. Might as well just start there to begin with. So basically a falling channel that we have overall. So we know this will be an area to contend with. Maybe up to there. That's a ways away. Nice little area there. I just see it broke market structure. That's the only thing. So it's got to be down in sideways for a little while till we can get enough moxie break past this area. Market. At least something works. Okay. Our friends the fibs say we've lost the 200 or the 618. We've already lost the 200 moving average, so we are bearish at the moment. It's temporarily bearish though, I believe. We'll probably more than likely just come back down to the 786 area, shabang, and then start a whole new little trajectory. This is what I'm looking for. Or maybe you'll pull off one of them Fibonacci magic bat fractal cipher patterns and come down to this 886 level and then get a nice big bump up. Sort of Gartley's or something. Excuse me, sir, your Gartley has fallen. There he was. He was there in the bushes peeping at my Gartley. For those of you that don't know, Gartley is a cool looking pattern where you get to use these cool tools, but I don't use this stuff. But I think my fibs actually, I think I see the same things that they see with these, just in a different method. Still, I think they're cool. But I never see good instruction on those like I do with pattern trading. I mean, with the pattern, you can always, you've got that measured move, man, and that measured move seems to be so reliable. I mean, from however you look at your pattern, you know, when you're tracking this and seeing that that's what it's doing right there, you see that we got a bullish pattern break to the upside. We can take a measured move, and there's several different ways to do it, but the general way is just right here from up to down. Put that at the breakout point, you got to target the shoot for. Boom. With the other things, it's like, and then, you know, it's just, I don't know. I like something, this seems a little bit more concrete. This works for me. The other is just a little bit more holistic, subjective. I don't know. Russ says, AMP. How is AMP? Ampleforth. Let's check it out on Binance. Oh, you got a little move here on the daily. All right, that's good that we got a bottom signal in. So wait. All right, AMP. Is this? We charted this before though. I bet. Is it on KuCoin? I bet that's where we. No? Really? Okay. But we'll go back to the Binance one. And being on the dailies, nice rounding going on there. I like that. See that? And then we get a chance to bottom out here. Now, this may not be the last time that we see this bottom area on this. The one that out there, it's got to get past this area at 0.003. That's the super area it does have to get past. It's got to work toward that. And I mean, with the 200 moving average being up here at 0.003 and a half, 0.0035, that's a good sign to me that it's going to have enough strength to at least, you know, spike up to there, if nothing else. So that is definitely a good target zone, and that corresponds with this area right here. So many buttons. So that's a great little area. And from where we are now to that first key level, that's a 30% move, and up to the second key level is 50% move. And those are some nice little moves, which brings me back before I get squirrel brain. The next one we're going to look at is Rev. We got to go over Rev. I've got a disclaimer for Rev. It's doing great. You cannot deny it is doing great. So this one looks cool to me. It's got some nice little bottom patterns, but those are the key levels it's got to get to, and those are some great targets and where we'll go. And then once we get past that, you know, we're looking at going up. At least a little bit, right? This one's been straight down for a minute. So it wouldn't surprise me for it to range out among these levels somewhere just under 0.04 and maybe get up as high as here. For a range, it's going to have to go through accumulation and all this stuff. This is going to be a little bit of a slow mover as far as making some bigger price gains. I would say that there are a ton of these probably on the market. I don't know. I think we looked at it, but I can't remember anything about it. But it is trying on the weekly to get above the 9. It's got some good signs, but there may be a range here, an accumulation range over a period of time, and it may last a while on this one, looks like. Just have to keep your eye on that. If they decide it's going to be for accumulation, then prices will stay low for a little while. But on the daily, it's got some nice moves there. It's fighting the fight, trying to get back up in that red cloud. Moving averages look beautiful here for further up action. Reclaim the 50. Things are looking bullish there on the daily. I'm going to get our indicators up here too. Give me some more feedback. Sometimes I forget about them. Ichimoku Cloud's loving the 4 hour. Everything's loving the 4. The 4 hour just... So what, earlier today? 3 o'clock or something? When was that? You just decided to bang up and go? Okay. Let's see. You've had your buy signal technically over here, although it could be questionable on the moving averages. But technically, when the blue crosses the yellow, 50 crosses the 200, that's your buy, and it would have been down through here. They usually call them late. But the 50's moving, they're banging, they're going up. So if you're not in it, you'll be chasing green candles. But if you are going to chase a green candle, let's look at some sensible areas to chase that green candle. 0.00218, that's reasonable. And 0.00223, if you're trying to just throw something in the hat. A good middle ground, maybe as far as it comes back down, possible. If it's got a good move ahead of it, then we'd probably see a bounce here. So that would be your late buys. And, targets on up here, but the bigger targets are the ones that really that are really going to pay off, right? Possible. I don't consider that an inverted. I don't consider this an inverted head and shoulders, and this looks roughly like one for right there, which may be confirming. Also, just right above those levels. Got some bearish divergence there. Let's move this little box down here. This is 21. It's going to tap that 21. May even have to tap this 200 again just to say, hey, am I dreaming? Is this for real? Are we really doing this right now? And Mom will say, yeah, go ahead, honey. Go on. And then it just run off. So let's reformulate that to 0.0021. Up to 0.00215. And when you get to $2, it won't matter. Rotoki says, thank you, my bro. My pleasure, my man. Hey, all right. Good night, Sriga. Glad you made it by here. So let's take a look at Rev. He's not Rev. Darn it. It's Rep. Excuse me. Take a look at Rep. It's V2. This coin, I put a video out about it. I took it down for a little bit. I put it private just for a little bit. Just because if some information started presenting itself that I wasn't aware of. So I'm first turned on to this by Token Metrics. Its new little chat AI thing threw it up there. It hasn't thrown it up there anymore. So I don't know if it changed its mind or not. But that just prompted me to take a look at it. And which chart did I use? Oh, I've got them over here. Well, that was it. Okay. So I'm looking at it where we're cracking because you can't get it many places. I've tried to see if it's a working project. I checked GitHub. There have been some releases on GitHub sparsely over the past 6 months, or over the past, 9, how far back are we now? Since December of last year. So within the last 7-8 months. So there's been something going on. So that soothed me a little bit. They got a version 2 protocol, and this, I don't know if this thing's just set up and ready and run by itself. There's something about a DAO, a REPV2 DAO. So this one may just be something decentralized. I don't know. I have not done a total deep dive. I looked at the tokenomics. I liked what I saw, but there's no social media from it, from what I understand. Like there's rumors that the team left in 2021. This is just things that are presenting themselves that I have not verified. And so it just makes me skittish to put something out there, especially a long-term hold for what's being called possibly a dead project. So if it's a dead project, we just got some people playing around. We're just trying to bump this price up, which it has done very beautifully. And I played this very well, and I'm very proud of myself. I played with this with ETH on Uniswap. I think that's really my first official Uniswap trade. I've done a few swaps, but I mean actually as a trade. So I was planning on just keeping my position because it was looking pretty. It was looking so pretty. When you buy this around $1.15, I even got my last little bit around $1.50, and we start going up to $2, $3, $3.50. That's a good feeling. No margin for that growth there, for those X's. So I decided I'd just go ahead and moonbag what I have. Now it seems like a much smaller bag, but it's a lot more than what it was when I was first looking at it. But I don't know if it's got legs to stick for a long-term hold. So I'm just trying to get that point across. So I've updated the comments, or I updated the things in my description on that video. I mean, for all we know, this could just be a dead cat bounce, but it was a hell of a dead cat bounce, I must say, if that's what it was. And that's cool because we're trading it. But So I've removed all my risk from this, and if it moonshots, oh, I want to ride that ride. It has had declining highs in its history. It was up to at least 300 at one point, but they've just slowly declined each cycle after each cycle, so it's kind of doubtful that we would see that huge of, you know, don't know that it's going to make any newer highs. So I would shoot for a 618 of that overall move. So maybe $38, but a 30x return. And where it is now, where is it now? Is it 233? Is it coming down? I'm here on the weekly. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of a retracement here. So, yay, this one played out. All the targets hit except for our moon target, and it was a moon target. We talk about this 2.7 here. That's our first one. Sometimes it's strong enough to get up there, and it may be still trying. Anyway, I want to call this one a win. Oh. Can we take a picture of it? Just for posterity. Hey, I can actually download that? Holy crap. Well, let's do that. No, it's trying to download image. Yes. Okay. So I've got that temporarily saved there. It looks like it wants to do something. Let's figure it out. So just if you're in this one, just recognize that this may be a dead project. I don't know. I tried to actually access the website, but since I'm in the US, it won't let me. I can't see if it's functional or not. It may be telling everybody in every country that they're not available, for all I know. But she sure is doing something pretty. She sure is pumping my ETH bags. So I don't have a whole lot bad to say about it right now. Right now, I've only got good things to say about Rep version 2. It seems to be doing something. And how long it'll continue doing something, I don't know. Lost the 9 moving average, come down, bumped off of the 21 there. Let's go to the 4 hour. I think we can get just a little bit more insight here as to where she will come down to. Somebody wanted to get in on this area right there. That's where our moving averages are kind of converging. Maybe back about 211 if we get lucky. Got rejected over here at the 200 moving average. Has that very familiar kind of bump and run kind of pattern there, which should at least take us back up here. So somewhere around somewhere around 523 is where we're looking at. She almost made it to 360. She didn't make it to 360, looks like. That was a nice ride, and we looked at it when it was down in this little guy right here. Just the night before she popped, and is what do you call that? Not synergy. Serendipity. That movie that bored me to tears. Now, it seems like it was actually a cool movie if you actually have those moments where you get into chick flicks. But strong breakout, not really you get a pullback, right? And that does, when they do that, it does affect how they run. This one did not at all. It just took off when running. It went like Naka did. Naka just took off and never looked back, right? So it's been a nice run, catching it down in these areas. About, we talked about it. It was $1, and by the time I got it, it was $1.05. You cheated me. I feel very good about that. And did a nice little 2x there, 3x technically. Did over a 3x. So congratulations to anybody who got into this, but it's been a concern to me just to clear it up, man. Because my video was kind of bullish on maybe it being a good long-term hold. I don't hold that opinion anymore. So I'm trying to make that clear. I don't want you to get wrecked because of what I said in the video, even though it looks like it can do it. Look, it was 8 million market cap. It's 17 million now. This one's playing nice. Regardless of whether it's got a project or not, it's going to be a fun one to trade. But when we go here, it looks functional and everything, right? But how do I know? It's doing all this American stuff, Major League Baseball, MMA, all this stuff. All this sports betting, basketball and stuff, but not for Americans. Football, NFL, sportsbook, and it's not supported in my region. And I've even tried the cheat sheet. And either, what was that? What? Somebody didn't pay the light bill. All right, everything's back to normal now. Sorry guys, didn't mean to scare you. Lights went out. Everything's cool.
Told you not to stick that in that light socket. Told you get that screwdriver away from him.
A day in the life. A day in the life. Apparently, I'm using a lot of disk space here, according to this software. But are we up? Are we running? Oh, come on. Just connect, dude. All right, so here I am, starting all over from from Brazil. I'm now in Brazil. And I still can't go in there. I still can't do nothing. I'll try it all over again. Freshly from Brazil. And it still won't let me. And it tells me that in English. So, I don't know about. I don't even know what this token does, what it's used for. It's just been a fun one, and it's grown my ETH bags, and now I got a moon bag of it. And if it wants to go back to $300, and God bless it, and God bless me for having it, and then that's the end of the story. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, guys, we're going to take a look. Just a couple of coins real quick that, take a look at Changely. I think it's Changely? Change Finance. Zooming out, seeing if this little baby's getting ready to. Nope, don't like what I see here on the daily. We are just going to bypass this little guy. It is going to be down and sideways for you, my little friend. I already see the writing on the wall. You coming down, baby? You're coming down. Okay. That was quick. They call him the Minute Man. Morpheus Network. I know Kung Fu, Morpheus. Morpheus. I know Kung Fu. Several different ways to look at that, but it is basically looking a little bit bearish for me at the moment as we kind of lost market structure here on Morpheus Network. It already had a wick down there, and what gets wicked often gets candlesticks, especially when I see the moving averages just dying to move down there and lick it off the floor. Yeah, okay. Got that one over with pretty quick. Apparently, these kind of suck for breakouts. Taking a look at I'm going to take a look at this one. It makes me giggle. It's vibrate, right? Vibrator, vibrate, vibber is vibe, man. Vibe. You got to feel the vibe, man. Get your mind out of it. Got to feel the vibe. Overall, I gotta say, vibe, you're in a bit of a Buddhist pattern. Of course, you can tell you've been down on your luck. I can smell it on your breath. But at least your baby moving averages are happy. They got everything they need. The little 9 and 21 just skipping off over there. Even the 50 behind there, and that's a good sign. So it's got some hype, or got some hope. Nothing that's interesting me at the moment. I want to take a look at synthetics. Synthetics, if you will. SNX, and let's take a look at over at Binance. Oh, she's on a tear, she is. Look at her on the daily. She's above that 9. That 9 moving average. Oh, crikey. Have you ever seen like anything like this in this habitat? When it just breaks through the price action, just breaks through, just jumping over these moving averages just so beautifully, just like a gazelle jumping over a turtle. But anyway, it just wants to prance along and just move ever so upward. Holy crap, there's somebody in here again? Grab him, don't let him leave. How you doing, crypto kid? We're looking at synthetics, man. Glad you're here on the stream. I think my mod had to go somewhere. I'm seeing some good things from this one right now. Is it the best time to buy this? Well, you know, the best time was way down here when everybody was scared to touch it, including me probably, because I meant to get in on this and forgot about it or gave up on it. I don't know. I can't remember. There's too many of them. But it's looking good. This nice kind of rounding scallop shaped bump up to the upside there. Bigger thing going on right here. Definitely. And we can play on that with these harmonics. Come here, baby. Let's use you. We don't get to use you every once in a while. Trend-based fib extension. When you want to define a mystery, you go to trend base. Trend base voodoo shenanigans says that it could get up here to this level at $4.18. That'll be $35 in the monkey paw, please. Let's see how well you play out, my friend. I like it. Synthetics. It is it too late to get into synthetics? You might ask. I'm asking for you because that's what I'm asking myself. Is it too late to get into synthetics? Because I want to know. Is it worth getting it on? It's got 321 million market supply. Circulating supply is almost that amount, so I like that. Oh, we're touching on 1 billion. We're starting to get up there. We're getting noticed. She's getting noticed, boys. People are starting to pay attention to this one. But we hit the $25 range, and we're 3. So what? Are we looking about a 10x get back to all-time highs? If it does, it's got a use case, which I believe this one does. Because I've looked at this one before. All-time high was $28. Nice accumulation there on the bigger time frames. Nice accumulations. Oh, wow, man. $1.50. Oh, kick myself, man. Look at this retracement. What you want to bet it went back to? 786? 886? Oh, hope it's that 886. It's that 886. This baby's going to rip like a mother. It's got one of them harmonic things, them bat jiggamig jiggers going on, I'm telling you, and it's bullish. I would draw it out, but I ain't versed in them yet. Not very well at all, but we could try it. I don't even think this is it. I think it's part of a bigger one. I think she wants to do. I shall not go there. It is not my territory. It's trespassing. It's just wrong. This is how wars are started. This is how battles begin. I will not do it. I will not. I will stick to my expertise, which is more in pattern trading. Gosh, man, I was looking at you in 2020 when you was up about 11. Yeah, you were up about $11, $12. I remember you, man. You rocked. Back when I was buying them green candles like an idiot. Buy down here like a whale. Unless you miss it like I did. So now I got to figure out another place to buy as we flip this area for support. You just ain't gonna make this easy for me, are you? Synthetics. Give me some hope, baby. Give me some hope. Give me a good place. If you want to get into synthetics, I think this area right here may be our only hope. Shebang-a-ding-a-ding-a-ling. And I don't think it wants to do it. Only the patient will win that game, my friend. Only the patient will get that one. The rest of you boogers want to jump in now. I know. I'm one of you. She's got a flag on top of a flag. We're double flagging out here, Bobby. Get the general. They're up to something. Dang those Germans and their farfenugans. She's looking hella bullish, but should be hella tired. What's our indicators say? Hella tired? They're a mixed bag of results on the 4 hour. Doesn't help me any. Why don't you just take everything and throw it in a milkshake or martini glass? Let's just shake it all up. Most of them say it's ready to rock. The biggest thing I got to say is above the 9. You will hear me say that a lot. It's above the 9 on the daily. She looks like she wants to go parabolic from here. Dang it. Okay, so basically when she gets above $3.40, flips that for support, that is a good area to consider maybe jumping in. Getting past this all-time high, flipping this area to support. I would ignore all these targets right here. So that's for the short side of people, because this thing is clearly going to be starting to go up toward $8. $6 to $8. We kind of made, in also terms, a double bottom. So we got that target to contend with, and that says close to $8. $7.84 if you want an exact misrepresentation. It is a zone. It is not a actual number target. Just saying. And let's mark that little guy for a measured move. Synthetics. I just let you get away from me, baby. I just let you get away from me. Alright guys, the time is now 11:54. I am going to call it a night. We have looked at several different coins tonight. Lots of requests. Took a look at Bitcoin and told you what I thought. It looks like it's, it just needs to take a little break. Take a little breather. Possible. We were looking on a 50-minute time frame for that. Let's go back and see how she's doing. Is this a bearish retest? Is it a bearish retest? Are we going down Bitcoin? Have you told us? Have you told us? Oh, did you touch it? But that was before my stream, wasn't it? Or when we first started? I cannot remember, but it looks like a rejection from that. But we're still above the 9, so we still got hope on this 15-minute right now. Still watching it closely. Well, I guess we'll know about tomorrow night, but I am, just as a recap. By all intents and purposes, normal TA says rejection here and number come down. That's what typically with that's probability. Statistically, that's what we expect. However, Bitcoin be crazy, y'all, and I'm just saying, look for these signs too. If it gets frisky, Bitcoin starts coming to you in the middle of the night, nudging you with, I don't know, you feel something bump up against you and say, what the? And it's trying to bump up here, bump back down. That's bullish. And if you see that going on, that's a good buy thing for Bitcoin. Because something crazy about to go on. But the chances that happen are really slim right now. I'm just saying, more than likely, we're coming down. All right, guys, I am calling it a night. My name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can, hit that like button on your way out. If you have coins you'd like for me to take a look at, leave them in the comments below. We'll add them to our list for the stream the next time, as well as the ones I'm trying to bring to you, but sometimes I get squirrel brain and don't make it around there. That's why you need to be over in our Telegram groups. Get a little bit more relevant, up-to-date information over there. Until next time, take care.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't disappoint Elvis. Love your neighbor. Treat him kind. Love yourself too. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet high off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice?